The World Cup is finally back, and it's safe to say that millions of people are excited. Because I know a bit about soccer, I wanted to make a video about the World Cup. That being said, I didn't want it to be any old video. I wanted it to be interesting and controversial, which is why I made a list of some of the most recent World Cup controversies. One controversy on the list didn't happen during the World Cup, but it involved FIFA members, so I included it. These are in chronological order to best create a sort of timeline. With that out of the way though, let's dive into the top recent FIFA World Cup controversies. Coming in first on today's list is the animal sacrifices that occurred at the beginning of the 2010 World Cup in South Africa. The Makhanya Royal Trust said that cattle killing was a true African event and the sacrifices would bless the tournament. The plans were to kill a cow at every field that would host a game in the tournament. This set off animal rights groups as they were livid with the idea of killing the cows. An ox was slaughtered on May 25th in Johannesburg, followed along with other traditional African practices like singing and dancing, which was supposed to bless the field. This is one of the least problematic controversies we'll be going over today. It only gets more controversial. The second controversial moment is Luis Suarez's handball in the 2010 quarterfinals. In the final moments of a game that saw Ghana and Uruguay facing off, Luis Suarez of Team Uruguay desperately smacked the ball out of the air right on the goal line in the final minutes of extra time. Suarez was given a red card and Asamoah Gyan walked up to take the penalty kick that would inevitably win Ghana the game. Except, Gyan missed the kick and hit the crossbar instead. The game went to penalty kicks and both sides were even until Sebastian Abreu of Uruguay won the game with a cheeky chip shot right in the middle of the net. Uruguay won the game and advanced to the semi-finals where they would face Holland, who beat them 3-2, and advanced to the finals where they lost to Spain. If Suarez single-handedly saving the game wasn't enough, he boasted after the game that he made the best save of the tournament and he had the hand of God. This was a big controversy during the 2010 World Cup and still remains as one of the most memorable moments from the 2010 tournament. Third on this list was the controversy surrounding the stadiums built in the Amazon rainforest. Brazilian fans were not happy when they heard a brand new stadium was going to be built in the Amazon, for good reasons. As we saw after the tournament, the Amazon stadium named the Arena Vivaldo Palma Lima was abandoned until the 2016 Olympics in Brazil, where it was used again, but since these events, it hasn't been touched. Because a huge stadium was built in the rainforest, it ruined many habitats and negatively impacted many ecosystems and food chains. Not only was it bad for the environment, but many workers were injured during the construction of the stadium, and even 8 workers died during the construction of 12 stadiums for the event. To make this whole issue even more crazy, the Brazilians were very poor, and there were no place to be hosting the World Cup and the Olympic Games 2 years later. They even protested hosting the World Cup, but their opinions were put aside by the people in charge, which has left Brazil like it is today. The fourth and final controversial moment on today's list didn't happen during the World Cup, but it did involve the FIFA World Cup, so I thought I could include it on this list. In May of 2015, the FBI was investigating the issues in the FIFA organization, and it's really long and confusing to understand, so I'm just going to give a small bit. There were suspicions of bribery up to $150 million US. This led to 7 FIFA officials being arrested at the Hotel Bor au Lac in Zurich, Switzerland, on November 19, 2016. In total, 11 FIFA officials were arrested, which led to other countries getting involved and start investigating themselves. These were just some of the most prominent FIFA World Cup controversies over the last few years. Were there any controversies that I talked about that you hadn't heard about? Were there any I missed? Tell me what you thought in the comment section below, and give this video a like if you enjoyed it and want more videos like this. Because this is my first soccer video, I could be gathering a different fan base, so if you want more soccer or any other sport, also make sure to tell me in the comments and subscribe to my channel so you can be the first to see these videos when they come out. Links to my Instagram and Twitter will be in the description, and you should check them out. Thanks for watching everyone, and I'll see you next time.